Okay, today we're going to talk about linear relations and function. So, what I want to point out is for it to be linear relations, there's no operation other than adding, subtracting, and multiplying by a variable by constant. And the exponent cannot be greater than 1. But other than that, let's jump to our examples. So, is 1 a linear function or not? Well, if you can't tell, solve for y. So we solve for y plus x on both sides. We have y equals x plus 7. And then divide out your 6. And now you have y equal x over 6 plus 7/6. And really, x over 6 is 1x, is 1/6 times x. And that's in our form mx plus b, so it is a linear function. Let's look at 2. So if you can't tell, once again, solve for y. So this, what I want to do is multiply y on both sides. And I have 9y times x equal 18. And you can stop here because now you're having a variable multiplying by a variable. If you have something like that, you know it is not a linear function. What it is actually a rational function or reciprocal function. Okay. Now, at 3, if you do some manipulating, we can move this in front. 2, and then like number 1, dividing by 11 is really the same thing as multiplying by 1 over 11 times x plus 2, and now this is in the form of mx plus b, so it is a linear function. If you can't tell, solve for y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add x over 6 and 4 onto this side. Now I have 2y's equals x over 6 plus 4 divided by 2. Long story short, you're going to get y equals 112x plus 4. Now this is in mx plus b, so it is a linear function. Okay. Same thing for 5. If you can't tell, solve for y. What I did is I subtract 1.6x from both sides, and now I'm going to divide out my 2.4y's And I really don't care what negative 1.6 divided by 2.4 is, I know it's a real number. And that real number is multiplying x plus 4 over 2.4. Once again, it's a real number. We don't really care what it actually is. We know it's in mx plus b form because both of these are real number. So yes, it is a linear function. So for 6, kind of hard to tell, so let's solve for y. I'm going to subtract 100 first. We're going to have 0.2x minus 100 equal to 0.4 over y. And to solve for y, I'm going to have to get y into the denominator, so I have to multiply y on both sides. Now you have 0.2y times x minus 100 equal 0.4. Now you can stop here because you have y times x. You can't have a variable times a variable, so we know that's not a linear function. 7, we can tell is not a linear function automatically because your exponent is greater than 1. And matter of fact, this is a cubic function, not linear. So no, not a linear function. 8, we can tell that's not a linear function automatically because it have a constant divided by an x. And you know that's a rational or reciprocal function. So it's not a linear function. Right here, you don't have to do anything. You see that y is multiplying by x. You can't have that. That's for a linear function. So that's not a linear function.